President and CEO of McDonald Training Center. Thank you for coming, Jim.
My pleasure, Mike.
I'd like to just briefly ask you a couple things. Tell me a little bit about your role at McDonald Training Center.
Well, I'm privileged to be the CEO of McDonald Training Center, and I've been that for the last 13 years.
And tell me what McDonald Training Center does in a sense, in a nutshell. What is your main goal at McDonald Training Center?
Our main goal is to empower people with disabilities to lead the lives they choose. And we serve people with all disabilities when it comes to employment services and being competitively employed in the community. For residential and day training services, we primarily serve people with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Okay. So, do you mainly serve the Tampa Bay community, or do you go beyond the Hillsborough area?
Primarily Hillsborough County. We have a location on West Cypress Street, just south of the airport in the West Shore area. And we also have a location in Plant City. Okay.
Tell me a little bit what, I know there's other nonprofit organizations that do similar things. What makes McDonald Training Center stand out a little bit more than some of the other? And I know they all have the same goal, they all have the same mission, but is there something that McDonald Training Center does different?
I think different, yes, but in a sense that we do more. I think we're much more aggressive and much more innovative. For example, our mission to empower people with disabilities to lead the lives that they choose. Almost all of our sister organizations that we work with throughout the state have similar goals, but we actually implement ours. For example, many organizations for residentially, they have group homes for people that are licensed residential facilities where when people come home at night they have to receive programming and everything else to justify it. We got rid of those 12 years ago. So all 60 people we serve residentially live in their own homes in the community, sometimes sharing with one or two other individuals. When they come home, they're not eating off of a fixed menu. They can make the same poor nutritional choices that you and I make, like pizza on Friday night because we're too tired to cook or stuff like that. So it's a whole different sense of freedom and integration into our community.
That's great. That's great. Now, I know you rely heavily on IT services, as most businesses do. Tell me when you're dealing with computers and your internet and your IT network, what's most important to you about that?
Capacity and flexibility. I think. We're looking to expand our IT. We're always looking to expand IT. And we're not only speaking internally, but externally. And in order for the people we serve to be connected to their community, and because the people we serve primarily have intellectual and developmental disabilities, there has to be some degree of communication and oversight. But instead of being like a helicopter organization, always making sure that nothing goes wrong and everything, we want to give people, again, the flexibility to move into the community and to travel in the community with a lot more freedom. You can do that, and we look at technology a way of providing a service. Now there's a lot of face-to-face.
Right.
Okay, you have iPhone face-to-face, other smartphones face-to-face, tablets face-to-face, and that's a way that we're looking to give people greater freedom. And we know some technology where even iPhones, smartphones that are being recycled are used as navigational devices for people in the transit system to find their way and everything else, with a lot of visual cues and all that. So I'm a firm believer in technology. Every year I go to the technology summit that ANCOR, which is a national organization that supports people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, has in Colorado, and it's incredible what's going to happen. And our partnership with Data Tech is key to that, because Data Tech has helped us a lot in helping to create our system to support that as we move into the future.
What were some of the challenges you were dealing with before Data Tech and McDonald Training Center connected? Do you recall? I know it's been some years, but was there anything in particular that you remember of something that was so frustrating you had to reach out, or was that?
Oh, I recall. Okay, I recall numerous meetings, many times a month, looking at schematics of servers connected to routers, connected to this and that, and whether or not we needed new malware, whether or not we needed, and all these decision points, which personally, I'm just a voracious end user. Okay, I
Yeah,
don't really
yeah,
care
yeah.
about that. I want, again, that flexibility
Exactly.
and capability.
Just make sure it works.
And capacity right
Yeah,
then. And yet we were involved in all this decision making, and if something would pop up, well, do you want to get a new server? Do you want to extend the warranty? You have these issues. You could have security issues. Once we switched to data tech, that all went away.
Yeah.
Instantly. And right away, we could go back to empowering people with disabilities to lead the
Sure,
lives they choose.
sure.
And we used an enormous amount of time and resources. I think the cost, if you ever added up the use of our time, we were paying 3 or 4 times as much for poor IT services as we are now
Sure.
for data tech.
Sure. That's good news. And that was kind of my next question. What has been the biggest impact with McDonald Training Center since partnering with Data Tech? Is there, obviously you said the frustration, but have you noticed a financial savings? Have you noticed anything in that nature?
Definitely financial, direct and indirect.
Sure.
Like I said, all of a sudden we were going to have to put out $36,000 for new servers. And that was just the beginning. Then there was
Right.
going to be cascading costs. We didn't have to worry about any of that. And right away, we had greater capacity. We didn't have to worry about all the software issues.
Yeah.
It's,
So you're in the
it's already
cloud.
taken care of. Yeah, we're in the cloud.
You're in the
We've
cloud.
been in the cloud for over 4 years. And that's great for those of us, many of us who work at home. But we're looking for our coaches. We have people in supported living. We have coaches that work with them to maintain them in the community. People in supported employment, coaches. And time in the office is cost us.
Sure.
We want them out in the field,
Sure.
working with the people we serve to provide the services, and we're going to need to expand our capability that way. And it's not only the cloud, it's also the technology and the expertise and the innovation that data tech has brought to us.
Sure. I think, when you say the cloud, a lot of people still, it's the buzzword, moving to the cloud. Was there hesitation when we brought that option to McDonald Training Center? Was there, because I know you had your own servers, did you have all your own hardware in-house? When we offered the cloud scenario, how did you react to that? Was it a no-brainer? We need to do this, or were you a little hesitant and scared?
Let me answer the question this way. Okay. We're 200 yards from Tampa Bay at our location. And our emergency plan was for 6 of us to each take home 1 server in case of a hurricane. Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but that's not a really good plan.
Yeah.
Because our houses may not even be safe.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden, we work off the cloud, and all our data is backed up. I believe it's to Atlanta every night. There's no worries about that at all.
Sure.
We could care less.
Yeah.
So we don't care less. We don't want a hurricane.
Right.
But at the same time, I'll be in the state capital, Tallahassee, next week and working, and I'll be able to work like I'm at my desk.
Right.
And earlier, a couple of years ago, I was always having to load up multiple flash drives with file, hoping to get the right file. I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
I can just pick up that file anytime I want and use it.
Yeah.
Transfer it to somebody else. It's been, like I say, it's the flexibility and the capacity is everything to us. And I think going into the future for business, flexibility is key.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Jim, I appreciate your time. We're glad to have you as a customer. We love our customers. We love to boast on our customers, and really love to hear the stories of success and us being able to help you grow and be productive.
I think it's more of a team effort.
Exactly.
It has been from the beginning.
Yeah.
So, okay, Mike.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Your time.
Appreciate it.
Very good. Thank you.